I'm going to talk to you today about my story. I am a transgender person, and whilst you're probably aware of that by now, today I'm going to tell you about my story from a very, very, very different perspective than I have told it to you before. It's been over a year now since I've spoken about my identity as a transgender person. And some observers may have popped by, looking at my videos, feeling a little confused, like, is this a man? Is this a woman? Looks like a woman, but the voice sounds like a man. Don't worry. I kind of get that sometimes. I'm okay with it. A couple of days ago, I was on the phone and somebody said to me, "Is that Jessica?" And I was like, "Yep, it's Jessica." No, I'm like, "I want to speak to Jessica. Is Jessica there?" I was like, "Yes, Jessica's here. I am transgender. And I'm happy to speak." And then we went on to have a conversation. Why did I do that? Because I'm quite proud of who I am. I'm not going to put on a Mickey Mouse voice in order to allow you to become convinced of who I am. I'm very proud of who I am. And my trademark is a transgender person. That's my trademark. Not embarrassed of it. Very proud of it. Why do some people get afraid of who they are? Why do they prefer to be like the mainstream, to be like others? Why not be yourself? That's something which I've asked myself in the past. It's taken time to get to where I got to. Oh yes, it did. It's taken me time. It took a lot of rejection. It took a lot of abandonment. Rather, it took being abandoned by others to get to this point where I'm not afraid to tell people I am transgender. No problem. Anybody have a problem with it? Shoot. I have no problem saying and speaking like that. And I don't try to hide it. I don't try to deny it. I don't try to gorge it, if you like. I'm honest and open about who I am. And if somebody can tolerate that, I've known rejection in my life. It's really not a big deal. Really not a big deal anymore. They could leave. I've had enough people in my life leaving me. Doesn't deter me. Doesn't break me anymore. I'm not afraid to be left. That's one of the beautiful, beautiful gifts I've been given in my life. You know, when I was grappling with my struggle prior to transition, I thought to myself, a lot of people are going to reject me. A lot of people are going to abandon me. I thought to myself, I'm probably going to be abandoned by everybody I know. It felt not so terrible at the time. I was like, okay, so I'll be abandoned by everybody I know. I gotta save my life. I gotta run out of this burning building. I'm living a life which is killing me. It was all very normal to me at the time. Understandable. I'm going back to 2013, 2012. Totally understandable. But for some reason, when it actually came to it, when I actually ran out of the burning building, so to speak, and I transitioned, and you should know it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. There were people who stuck by me despite my changes. There's some admirable people who stood by me despite my changes. But for some reason, I couldn't tolerate it. I felt awful. I struggled. I was angry at the world. Why are people rejecting me? Why did people reject me? Why did people abandon me? And why was I removed from my offsprings in the process? It's mind-boggling. Why did I expect otherwise? I got to realize with time, and now that time has developed and things have moved on and I've moved forward in life and I've matured and I've grown in independence and rejection is just a word to me pretty much, I realized that the reason why I couldn't take it when it actually happened was because I was grappling with so many things at once. Whether it was the court arena, whether it was people who I had expected to understand me. Because I had this idea when I lived in the closed community that I lived in, I had this idea that anybody in the outside world is going to at least be respectful. I wasn't aware that even people who carry titles, pretty important titles, people even the court arena, could be pretty disrespectful, could be pretty abhorrent and intolerant and egregious in their behavior. I simply wasn't aware of it. And when that happened, I was ripped from all sides. And as a result, it culminated in me being in a state of aghast, in a state of feeling rejected, abandoned, and really awful. I could barely count by now how many people, I can't even count anymore how many people abandoned me, rejected me, and totally disappeared off my radius in the past 5 years. People who I thought were supportive of LGBT rights, they walked away from me. Although in the beginning they stood by me, till fairly recently they walked away, within the process, they walked away from me. And again, every rejection at first feels hard, difficult to absorb, difficult to accept. But it doesn't really get to me anymore. Although in the beginning it always feels a little difficult. Comes and goes. Okay? Another rejection. This is a strong, resilient, courageous person with strength, with tenacity, with fortitude. And, I just overcome that. I overcome whatever I've overcome. And through God's grace, I move forward and I move along and I get along with life. I move along my amazing life. It doesn't really define me anymore. I'm not afraid of rejection like I used to be. It might trigger me in the beginning. It goes pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure that in the future, it'll go even quicker. Big deal. I have Jessica Maiden today. I have Jessica Maiden. And that's good enough. That's profound. In all areas of your life, it is worth taking this premise on board. In all areas of your life, whether it be when you're dealing with family members, whether it be when you're dealing with a struggle to voice your opinion, or you're dealing with somebody who struggles to find something positive to say about you. They're nice, they're kind, but they struggle. They can't say anything nice about you. Or it is in a situation where you're struggling to say something nice to yourself. Realize that there's a godly spark that lives inside of you. There's a godly spark that lives inside of you. And nobody could extinguish that spark. Nobody could dampen that spark. Nobody could remove your flame, your light. And even if they threaten you that they will, and they walk away from you and it feels scary in the beginning, take it from somebody who had that and came out on the other side. I have life experience. I want to share with you something beautiful I've been doing in the last 4.5 months. I go out to a very large open area and I recite the beautiful, precious prayer of Nishmat Kol Chai, which is a Jewish prayer, which is all about infusing, invoking within you a godliness which you may not have realized has been there all along. I do this every single day, and I do it without fail. Every day of the week, whether it's pouring rain, whether I am just too busy to do it, I'll go out and do it. I'll go out and do it. A couple of days ago, I wasn't very happy because my bike was just not moving and I just had it fixed. Pushed myself to go out and do the nishmas, the daily nishmas, and I just couldn't get off the ground with it. I said the whole nishmas because that's what I will do, but I couldn't move. It was like the bike that wasn't moving, metaphorically. I said to myself, Jessica, God lives inside of you. If you couldn't embrace God properly with nishmas this afternoon because there was a problem with the bike, firstly realize, Jessica, that you still did it. And that in and of itself is good. Because when you stick to your good habits, when you stick to your good customs, your brain goes along with you. It helps you forward. Nonetheless, still a couple hours left to the day. Let's do it tonight. And I did it that night. And it was beautiful. I did it today. I was busy. I had to get to the bank. I was busy, blah, blah, blah. Took myself to a huge, large ocean. It always feels more profound and it's more exciting when I say nishmas at the ocean. So I took myself to the ocean today. Beautiful area of water, which I might include a picture actually in this description today. It was a beautiful expression of godliness, of strength, of fortitude, of resilience, of courage. It was and it is. It has had a profound effect on me. I am aware that there's a ultra-Orthodox Jewish custom to say just for 40 days and it's meant to manifest and materialize miracles in your life. Well, I've been saying it for over 4 months now. And it's done more than create miracles in my life. It's created unbelievable inner happiness, inner resolve, inner support, inner love. And God willing, when the time comes, through God's grace, all my other wishes and desires, many of which you could probably imagine, will come to manifestation and will materialize. When I say you could probably imagine, I mean you could probably imagine what they are. That's what I meant by that. I also wanted to tell you, I've been sticking to a new custom I've had now in about a month. I will go out 3 times a day without fail. I will go out for a walk 3 times a day without fail. Through God's kindness and grace, I live around very tall buildings, and being able to go out has a very, very positive effect on me. I greet people, obviously, because I'm a kind, gracious, loving person. So I greet people I see in the street, wish them good morning or good night or good evening. And every passing car or passing person, I wish them well, even from a distance. When we become just absorbed with goodness, when we become just good and we only deliver good, regardless of what we get back in return, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Today, I posted on Facebook and also on LinkedIn, like a question to people. What do you prefer? And this is just a follow-on to today's message. What do you prefer? Suggestive means of building your attitude towards becoming a principled person, or would you prefer dictation, like telling your mind, you must change, you must improve, you must get better at things, you must... What do you prefer? I'll tell you what I prefer, and you're more than welcome to leave in the comment section down below. All of you are more than welcome. By the way, I've been impressed with the mass amount of comments I got in the last few weeks. It's been really impressive, and I'm really pleased by it all. Great commenters, great points. Just thought I'd mention that. But in any case, I look forward to hearing your response. How do you see yourself in your life improving yourself? Is it via means of suggestion or via means of dictation? Please leave that in the comment section down below. I look forward to seeing your great comments, your great ideas, your great tips. As it says in Proverbs, from all my teachers I have learned. I have learned so much from everybody, and I'm ever so grateful for it. I look forward to your great comments. I also wanted to mention, I've never told anybody this before, but when I get out here on YouTube, I do not prepare any material generally. I'd say about 80% of my videos, I don't prepare anything for it. It's dvarim hayotzim mehalev, which quite literally means words that come out of my heart. My intuition flows. My intuition makes it all flow. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's a great way to do things. Although not everybody could do that kind of thing, but for me that works very well. I look forward to your great comments in the comment section down below. I'm really pleased with the amount of commenters we've got here on here lately, and I'm ever so pleased with the amount of subscribers I've got here. I'm ever so grateful to you all. Come along with us on this amazing journey. We are all a community. We are all learning from my amazing life. I love you all. God bless you all. I can't wait to see your amazing comments. I love you. Have a great evening. Thank you for your time.